Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to play with Photoshop styles. These are really fun way to quickly, easily, and non-destructively create some very neat visual effects. So styles go, well, there's ways to do it. Okay, so I have some text elements I'm going to do. Down at the bottom of my layers, there's a little FX, and you can hit the little FX key and get a pop-up that gives you a bunch of choices. But honestly, the easier way is on your layer to the right of your title of your layer, there's this empty space. If you double click, that will bring up the layer styles option. So what this is a way of creating just cool visual effects. These are all built in so that you have by default blending options. You can play with your blend mode and opacity like you have over here, and some other advanced stuff. But then you also have all these other really cool things that you can do. I'm going to start with just a color overlay, right? And when you click on the option, you'll get a checkbox, and the menu over here will change. So we can change the color of our text if we want to. Simple and easy. But we can also lower that so that you still see the underlying color a little bit. That one's not bad as a start. We have stroke, and stroke allows you to put an outline on your text. Inside, we'll go to the inside and can get funky. I personally like center or even outside, and you can have big, thick outlines. You can play with whatever color you want. Maybe this wants to have some sort of, well, it's about something we can actually see. Make this Christmassy, right? All fully editable. So whenever you say okay and say I'm good, you can always see the effects in your layers. You can turn those effects on and off, or you can always just double click on that FX and go back, and all your settings are right here. So you can go back and play with even more stuff. Turn things on and off. Say I really didn't want a stroke, but maybe I want to bevel and emboss, which gives it sort of a 3D effect. Take this up a little bit so you guys can see. Right, so you can hopefully see that you start getting, maybe I want a softer, so it's bubbly a little bit, right? And then there's always everybody's favorite drop shadow. And I can put a drop shadow, play with the angle. I can play with this so we have this nice drop shadow or effect out, right? So you can do a lot of really cool things here. And I call this making cookies. So what you can do here is imagine these as ingredients in your cookies, right? You have chocolate chips, you have macadamia nuts, raisins for those of you who like raisins in their cookies, right? All those bits and pieces of things, maybe sprinkles, lots of possibilities. And you're making your own cookies, so you can put whatever ingredients you want into this to get whatever kind of cookie you would like. And you can, believe me, you can spend hours and hours in here playing and having a lot of fun. Once you have a cookie sort of flavor and recipe you like, you can hit OK. Um, it's still editable even as text, right? So you can still edit it as text. You can still do all kinds of other cool stuff. There you go. Now these are the pre-made cookie, or these are the cookies you are cooking on your own. Under Window Styles, you'll see that we actually have a bunch of other cookies that have already been made. These are sort of like the store-bought pre-made ones, and we have a basic, just drop shadow. We'll say cancel. There's some that give you some neat kind of effects. Um, that's a cool kind of wood one or a grass one. There's some fur, because why not have furry letters, right? Um, and some fabrics. And there's a handful. These are sort of your store bought pre made ones. So these are like your Oreos and your Keeblers and all of those sorts of things. But the cool thing with this is you get to be your own chef. So I applied a store bought one, right? And over here you can see all the stuff that makes up that effect. I can double click and go back and edit all of those things. So I can say that I want my own version of the cookies, only I don't like that pattern, right? Or maybe I like that pattern, but I want to play with the scale, make it bigger, right? And maybe it's got an inner glow. Maybe I want the inner glow to be just a little bit bigger, right? So I can go in and tweak these, explore these, try a lot of cool ways to modify the cookies that I've bought. And you'll see that there aren't that many in the default Photoshop styles. You hit this little 3 lines across menu, you'll see that there's something called legacy styles. And if you hit legacy styles, these are the old ones that used to come with Photoshop. They're still there, you just have to dig for them. And you'll see that they have some more under the 2019 styles. So there's lots of ones in here you can play with. Um, yep. There's also under the all legacy default. These are the old ones. Some of these are really good. Some of these are kind of ugly. Um, but they all give you a start, right? And you can get some really cool effects. So lots of options built right into Photoshop for you to find cookies that you would like to use as a starting off point. And say, you know what, I like that, but again, I want to go in and modify that and say, I really want a different color. I want my color to be more of a green. So you can do that. And then there's this wonderful thing called the internet. And the internet has lots of cool stuff. So if you come over here in just a Google search or search engine search of Photoshop styles, you're going to see that there are tons. There's entire websites devoted to these. This one particular link has 750 free ones, right? So open that one. Just randomly, that one um, is loading. Here you go. We have everything from metal, steel. Well, look at this. That's just the table of contents. Holy moly. Okay, so we have some variety of different glowy effects. Here's one that has all kinds of a little bit of everything, it looks like. Right. Here's some really neat ones that give you gold or I don't know, melted, right? Wood, zebra. Some of these are mock-ups, which will be a little bit different, but will still give you the effects that you're looking for. They work in a slightly different way, and if you want to try those out, you can. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of really cool cookies that you can get for free, install, and modify and cook in your own way. I encourage you to play with these and see what kind of cool effects you can create with your work. All right, thank you.